Asmongold is now officially the largest political content creator on the platform, and this is apparently the idea that he pitched.
One other thing. So like they're doing this thing with like these deportations where they bring in like celebrities to deport people, and it made me wonder, what is the probability that Tom Homan would let me go with him dressed up as Ash Ketchum with watching them do deportations? Like, I feel like it's probably at least 5% chance, right? Like, I think I think we're at a 5 to 10% chance.
Like, what is this? What is happening right now? Have we just lost the plot in its entirety? Like, what's going on? Asmongold's now officially adding a second thing to his going outside routine, and it's like Whataburger, and now watching migrants get deported as he dressed up as like Ash Ketchum. To me, when I think about the mass deportation policies, like I don't know, I don't see it as like a laughing matter or something to be entertained by, because my assumption is not immediately that every single one of these people that's being deported is like a racist. You know what I mean? That's how the American government tries to propagandize the position, but that's not how it is. It's just, I don't know.
So this could happen.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be really good content. It would be. And yeah, probably not going to happen though, but it would be funny. For the love of God, you must try. Yeah, it'd be hilarious.
I saw a TikTok that I want to show you guys about where Joe Rogan was. This is back when I was a Joe Rogan head as well.
Wanted to build a wall, but I didn't know that he said that he wanted to get rid of.
Here's Joe Rogan and Sam Harris, two people who I disagree with vehemently now, talking about Donald Trump.
The illegal aliens.
Round them up. Gonna round them up.
And do what with them?
Send them back to their country.
Oh, that is so crazy. That's such a crazy idea, and it's so brutal. The idea that, I mean, it's a subhuman thing. The only reason why people would come to America is because they felt like it would make their life better. So people take a big risk. There's not an easy way to do it if you're poor and you don't have any qualifications for any unusual job. I mean, and you're trying to get across to Mexico. But everybody who does it because they want to improve their life. You know, and the idea that one group of people shouldn't be able to do it and one group should, just because they were born on the right side of some strange line that is only a couple hundred years old.
But the climate change thing is also insane and dangerous.
Well, he was a birther.
Right, yeah, right.
He was one of the original birthers. He was saying that Obama's birth certificate was bullshit. He was born in Kenya, right? Wasn't he one of those guys?
Oh yeah, he was
I would love
self-funding that for a while. Yeah.
I would love it if he got into office and just said, "Listen, folks, I am not."
Like, the rest of it is just like him being silly, but like this is Joe Rogan in 2016, and his approach to immigration right here, like specifically talking about undocumented migrants right here,
do it if you're
is my understanding of the reality. Okay, because it is the reality. No one is coming into America with like impure intentions. Okay, especially not 20 million people. The assumption that 20 million undocumented migrants, if there are 20 million of them on U.S. soil, operate with a hive mind to begin with is insane. Like dudes from Honduras, Guatemala, Cuba, Venezuela, the Congo, China, all around the world, right? People come into the United States of America from all around the world. The notion that like an evil act of a singular undocumented migrant is actually reflective of the 20 million population is psychotic, especially when they are from virtually every different demographic, ethnicity, creed, background, race, educational attainment. Like this is not one blob, right? That's number one. Number two, the notion that they come here specifically to do crimes or to ruin American society is also ridiculous. Like, these are just normal people, man. They're normal people just like you and me, right? And they want the same exact things. They want a roof over their heads. They want a better future for themselves and their kids. They want to have a regular job, you know? So the idea that they're coming here to do crimes and like undermine American culture is completely ridiculous. It's so silly. I don't understand it. So coming through the legal process, great question. Some of the people that are being deported are actually coming in through the legal process, just so you know. Because the difference between an undocumented migrant and a documented migrant is just paperwork. It's just paperwork. You are so pathetically virtuous. It's insane. First of all, I don't understand why virtue is considered a vice in this regard, okay? You are just saying that you agree that I have the morally correct position. That is not like a pejorative. You can't say, man, I fucking hate how pathetically virtuous you are. What has happened to American society? What has happened to people? What do you mean pathetically virtuous? It's like that tweet, never commit the sin of empathy. Like, what is happening? What do you mean the sin of empathy? These people are not coming in here to do crimes. And as a matter of fact, the data also reflects that reality, right? Undocumented migrants are responsible for a smaller share of crimes per capita than natural-born U.S. citizens are. They do less crime in general. As someone in the chat pointed this out as well, as my God King Gaben has said, piracy is a service problem, right? And he's correct. Piracy is a service problem. The American government and its immigration processes are no different. Undocumented migration is directly born out of the fact that the federal government makes it like a 10-year to 15-year process for you to get properly cleared to get into the country.
And yeah, your statement about not voting to disadvantage yourself is really blowing up on X with strong support. Well, of course it is. Of course, it's just a logical perspective to have. Now, there's a bunch of emotionally unstable cards on the internet that like to distort reality. But no, of course, I'm not going to vote for somebody who's going to say that someone else is going to have a privilege that I can't have. Why the would I ever do that? That's the most retarded thing you can imagine. So, no, of course, that's like, I mean, why don't I just vote to have somebody shoot me? Like, what is this?
This is the OG video that went viral on Twitter, it seemed, when he was responding to my conversation with CNN.
It's the double standard. And I'm sorry, but I'm never going to vote for a person who's going to categorically put me at a disadvantage. Like, any time that somebody is providing advantages to an identity group,
I don't understand the argument that they're critical to agribusiness. Like, it just sounds like, ooh, they let us keep our underpaid wage slaves. Don't deport them. We don't want to pay more. That's what it sounds like, honestly. No, it is the reality, however. Okay? My argument is not to deny the abject reality that corporations in numerous sectors actually utilize undocumented labor specifically to undermine the documented U.S. labor force, and that the only way to fix this problem is by deporting 20 million people. My solution to it is recognizing that reality and then combating it by documenting them. That is the proper way to go about this. That is also the popular measure as well. There are studies conducted on this as well. Amnesty for undocumented migrants versus mass deportation. Amnesty always wins out.
Like, any time that somebody is providing advantages to an identity group that I don't belong to, I will never support that.
Wait, what? You can say that about so what, like veterans? Children with leukemia. Excuse me. What is this cancer research funding that you speak of? I don't have cancer, so I don't give a shit.
Never. Why would I actively support somebody who's trying to disenfranchise me and hurt me? It's insane. So he's totally right that it's the policies. And it's also the messaging. The messaging is it's patronizing.
He's agreeing with me, but I don't know, like, I don't understand, because I wasn't making an argument against like the disenfranchised.
It's rude. It's aggressive. It's awful. It's common sense. It's voting against your best interest. Yeah, people are obsessed with identity politics. Yeah, exactly. But how are you being hurt? Well, for example, like if somebody provides a benefit or a promotion that's available to a group of people that I'm not a part of, that would be an opportunity that I wouldn't have access to because of my identity. Do you understand? So like the moment that happens, I'm out. I'm totally out. I will never support somebody that will put me at a disadvantage because of immutable characteristics.
I hate it when pregnant women get to sit on the bus. I'm not a child, so I won't support the existence of schools anymore. Virtually every aspect of like modern governance revolves around combating this attitude. Just so we make it clear, okay? This is the inception of like American libertarian principles, and it is antithetical to the existence of any kind of government. Okay, the entire point of overall welfare is to, one, create structures of support that might even help you down the line in ways that you don't foresee, okay, i.e., cancer research, let's say. Like, why are we spending this money on cancer research? I don't have cancer. Just eat right, lol. Okay, well, you'll appreciate it if you do end up getting cancer, or if a loved one ends up getting cancer, that this research exists. That's number one. Number two, you never know if that cancer research actually ends up saving the lives of many people that will become incredibly important and productive individuals in American society. Like, that's the whole point. I'm using cancer research for one reason. I'm using cancer research as like a singular reason, but there are numerous different initiatives implemented in the same vein, even affirmative action in general. Any kind of initiative that would help improve the material conditions of, I don't know, the black population of the United States of America that have been relegated to historically underserved neighborhoods is overall to the benefit of everyone in the United States of America. Even if you can't see it through purely empathetic terms, even if you can't see it through the lens of empathy, right? I can still make a very self-interested argument towards this as well, which is that you never know where this uncaptured attention is, okay? This unlimited potential is, and it's the government's job, it's the responsibility of a normal government to make sure that they improve the underlying material conditions to a degree where, you know, you're helping improve the potential of so many people who never get that opportunity. I won't vote against my own self-interest, perhaps the single most straightforward political perspective ever, this person says. It's ironic that people say this, but it's like at the heart of many people's voting decisions. I hear this a lot. Oh, I won't vote against my self-interest. And then people turn around and vote for the Republican Party regularly. If you are working class, okay, neither party really represents your interests. Fair. But in most circumstances, at least one party is not actively seeking to undermine like all of these federal government programs or whatever that do help you in very meaningful ways. So no, a lot of people actively vote against their best interest.